2011 is Jae Deal. I'm in St. Louis with Janet Jackson, and I love Jross-tv.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Feeling, man?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sending this out to my 10 million viewers, y'all. We got my boy Jae Deal in the house, y'all, downtown St. Louis. Like he said, he in town hitting with Janet Jackson tomorrow in concert, and we just want to talk to Jay about just different things, different aspects of what he does. So, kind of give us a synopsis of what it is that Jae Deal Incorporated does.
Okay. Well, you know, several things. I'm going to start with what I'm doing right here, right now. I'm in town filling in for the musical director, Adam Blackstone, on Janet's tour. And he's the bass player, so I do play bass. I'm playing bass on this tour, filling in for him when he can't make it. I've been working with Janet for 2 years now as an orchestrator and a Pro Tools programmer. So that's how I got up in the mix. I play at church all the time. My home church is Faithful Central Bible Church. Andrew Goucher is a bass player out there, so I'm playing auxiliary keys. And naturally, I always have several auxiliary projects going, some of which you will be seeing more of. I told you earlier.
Oh yeah.
You're privy to the inside, but we come to an area near you with bringing the records.
All right, but now, how do you get such a big gig like this? Is it networking? Is it, you know, what's the main thing for cats that want to be on something like what you're doing?
Man, I love answering that question on this particular gig because this was a prime example of just one good turn deserves another, rather, you know, just sowing a seed. I used to, in some ways, mentor Adam Blackstone when he was younger. He used to call me up and ask me for advice and to link him up with certain endorsement companies. And then he just did his own thing, man. You know, it's like God just really took him somewhere else.
Right.
He's MDing now. He had a stint with Jay-Z. He's MDing Eminem right now, Maroon 5, Jill Scott. And he just started calling me back. So, you know, it's just that time spent. And now it's just a great thing to see that I've been working hard, just being dependable, and he started calling me for these gigs.
Oh yeah, that's tight, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, one good turn deserves another.
Yeah.
Now you do the Pro Tools programming and all that. Now, did you learn that on the job training, engineering?
Well, that's what engineering was something that I picked up just watching a lot of great engineers. I did some extensive study with Dexter Simmons.
Yeah.
He was an award-winning engineer with Rodney Jerkins for a while, so I learned a lot from him. The engineer back home, Fred Derby, who did a lot of alternative things, showed me another side of sound, if you will, and enlarged my ears. And then I just read a lot of books, which some cats are just sleeping on. You know, I will read the book if I don't know how to do it, and that's really been a big part of how I got here today.
So do you feel like you say you read books and you do learn for yourself? Do you feel like young musicians, do they possess the mental acumen to do that, or do they go out and hustle and try to learn it, or they just let it slide?
You know, some through the fire, some through the flood, but I think it's a lot of misguided young cats, because you got to figure out what works for you and then stick to it, be dedicated, and be smart about it. For instance, like, you know, if you're going to do the reading the books thing, then, you know, don't read half of the book, you know, just read the whole book and just let that be a thing. Or if you're going to be a people person and people gravitate to you and they like to show you things, you know, then just play that card. But I think a lot of cats are just, they're looking to get the results without doing what it takes to be sought after.
Yeah.
You know, so they want to play the chops and they want to play, but it's the people that get out there, they either do a lot of studying or a lot of playing in gigs, church, jazz, what have you, or they just study, you know, so got to put in the work.
All right, now you've been doing it a long time. You know, you done MD'd, you done played concerts all over the world. Do you still get the same feeling when you walk out in the crowd going crazy?
It's so, man, it's amazing. Because it's new energy every time I step out on the stage. It's like when I go do this show tomorrow night, it's a whole new set of people, and it just, the synergy, when I feel them, then I play off of that and then just spit it back out.
Yeah.
So that never gets old, and I've just grown to appreciate that I got a gift that, you know, I appreciate. So if I'm just playing for 2 people, you know, if I sit down and spend my time to play, I've come to the point now where I just find some good energy to appreciate.
Yeah, now let's talk about endorsements. You know, a lot of guys chase endorsement deals, and you got a gang of them. Are they really beneficial?
Yeah, I chose the route of my main endorsement, and I say main because it's my first one, and they've stuck with me the whole time, is Korg. And the way that I got the Korg endorsement was I was actually at a local school in Los Angeles doing teaching a course on reason and the correlation between hip hop and jazz. We were using a Korg mini controller, and it was the educational technology rep for a company that a third party company that distributes Korg. I got his attention because I was just loving the product before the endorsement. And then he said, you really like this? I said, yeah, you know, I've been using Korg since I was 8 years old. You know, that's just my brand. And then I asked him, did he have a contact? He gave me the number. I called, and then I said, I'm gonna let y'all know when I do something that you will be interested in. Sure enough, a month later, I did a Marion on Jay Leno, and a week later it was Frankie J. And then they gave me an endorsement. But the key was, I love the product anyway. And now I have over 10 endorsements with major companies, but these are products that I would use anyway. So I think they can kind of sense when you're looking to just get a deal to be getting it, and they give you the cold shoulder. You know, they're not trying to just give away free stuff. They want people that's going to use it, that have visibility, and that love the product for what it is.
There y'all, we in St. Louis. Janet Jackson tour bumping off tomorrow. We got the main man in the house, Jae Deal, Southern MDN for my boy Adam Blackstone. Hey, quick question: like when your friends call and they say, "Hey Jay, man, put me in, man, put me on, dog. I'm ready. I'm ready." And how do you handle that when you know they not ready or you just don't have room for them?
If it's somebody that I know really well, I'll mentor them, or I'll help them find what it is they need to be doing instead of what they asking for. If somebody that I don't know that well, I just tell them I can't, and then depending on how well I know them, I give them a reason. But I always try to give somebody something to grow off on. You know, so if somebody off the street just hit me up and said, "Yo, can you put me on?" If I never heard them play or anything, I'll try to talk to them and drop some knowledge that they could take with them to go higher. Yeah. So that's how I approach that.
So, but as far as getting on though, I'm trying to just figure out the networking key.
Oh well, you know, like my cousin is Marty West.
Right, that's my cat.
And even he used to call me when he was younger, and I used to be like, man, you know, you need to work on this or that. And, you know, the way he used to call me like, yo, put me on. I said, if you know, the respect level has to be higher. You know, if you calling somebody that wasn't your cousin and you talk to him that way, he'll be like, oh, okay, and then probably won't hit you back. So Marty, he took all the advice, but then he practiced, and now I'm putting him on. You know, that's after years of keeping in contact. But I saw his work ethic was strong, and I saw he was a people person. And most of the time, the person that's going to put you on, maybe there's a character trait that you have in common with them, that they see something. You know, some people are socialites, some people are, oh, I chill in the cut and do my job, don't say nothing. So kind of gravitate to the kind of person that's like, you know, like yourself if you're trying to get on, and see what it is that their claim to fame, and if you match up, then, you know, get a mentor.
Okay, well, no, I'm going to extrapolate on a little bit more.
Okay.
Just say, in that same vein, give me what you would consider the first 3 important rules for a person to get a job.
Okay, a job in general, professional.
Well, working. If they came to you and said, Jae Deal, put me on, you know, and you know them and everything, what would be the first 3 things that came to mind with anybody? Actually, just say, okay, this person has this person has that, and this person has that.
Reputation is one. Like I'm gonna go check references. I'm gonna get on the internet, and if you send me some links, I'm gonna look at those, but I'm gonna try to find some extra links.
Right.
Or check around and see if we know 2 or 3 other people in common, and then call them up and say, hey, what you know about such and such. So reputation is one. That's going to tell me a lot about your playing, your professionalism, and all types of other stuff from there. So that's number 1, reputation. Number 2 is what I see myself out of professionalism. and then I'll come back to that because number 3 is the musicianship. Of course, you gotta sound great, but then there's more people that sound great but don't have number 2, the professionalism. So out of all the people that sound great, I'm looking at, do you show up on time? If I ask you to fill in for me, can I be sure that if I'm out at the other gig and they can't reach me, that you can navigate through that situation, get along with people, know the music, and just approach it as if I would, or in a way where people I work with are like, Jay made a good call. And that's what I'm doing with Adam right now. So, and more so, it's a lot of cats that can play the music, but it came down to do I fit in this situation with these people.
Okay, y'all, once again, that's Jae Deal in St. Louis. We're going to let him bounce on up out of here. Want to thank him for coming through, blessing Jross-tv.
Jross-tv.
Oh, yeah, we're going to roll, y'all. We out. Peace.
What's up?